Alright guys, BLM here, we're back with another episode of Horizon Zero Dawn, the Frozen Wilds. For some reason, it changed the fucking mission that was set. So we're gonna do the Hunters 3, these side quests here. It is the next day. It's kind of in the middle of the day, kinda. Towards the end, really. I mean, it's 6 o'clock. Just decided, I have time. I'll record like an episode or two here. I'll probably record again tonight. Okay, wait. I just realized why didn't I just fast travel? And I guess I didn't fast travel because there's nowhere to fast travel to. So, alright, let's go. Yeah, I mean, I think we're like probably around... Oh, we're a good way through this playthrough at this point. The Frozen Wilds isn't too long, from what I understand. From what I understand, we're actually at the end of the main quest stuff. Okay, that was weird. Like, load in stuff. But, yeah, I mean, that fire, whatever thing, quest that's there, I mean, that's pretty much towards the end of it. We are doing this quest at the Hunters 3. And I don't know if we're doing anything else. I mean, either way, we're not going to be done right away anyway, because as I said, I'm going to play until I reach level 60. So, I mean, like, even if we finish the DLC really quickly, we're still going to play for a little bit longer to level up. But, yeah, let's continue on. We'll do the Hunters 3 here. I don't know really what this entails, but whatever. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's middle of the day. It's, yeah, as I said, 6 o'clock. I'll probably record for maybe an hour. I don't know. I'll either record 1 or 2 episodes. I probably won't do more than that just because I do have some other stuff I need to do. But, and also Big Brother is on at 8 tonight. So I'll watch that too. But, yeah. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've pretty much done... Holy shit, that was a lot of health. I've pretty much done nothing today, like, essentially, up until now. I mean, as I said, 6 o'clock. I pretty much didn't do much today. I mean, I did some homework. I pretty much did all of my homework that I have available to me right now, for the next couple weeks. However, obviously, there's more assignments that, I thought of those already. I have, like, for next, like 2 weeks from now. I have like a whole bunch of shit due, but yeah, like a lot of that shit isn't available to be done right now. Like a lot of that like is still locked until tomorrow. So it's like, it's kind of annoying because like normally like I would be able to. It's like I would have started on a lot of that homework if I could have, but they won't let me. So it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, I've done all the homework that I can do. So that's something. But yeah, we're almost there. There's a lot of towers here. I don't think we're gonna do the tower stuff, just because I feel like, is there really a point? I mean, like, obviously we'll do it if it's like involves a side quest or something, but or if a side quest involves destroying towers. But we're not really gonna go out of our way to do it, just because it really adds nothing to this Let's Play. It doesn't really add to the story or anything, so. Yeah.
Or would you rather keep trying to sell him broken junk?
Broken junk? This pack will be on the move soon. No time to argue. If she's offering to help, we should accept.
Oh yeah, that's something I'll, like, I mean, this doesn't really matter, but, I did, I was going to update my, my favorite games of all time list that I have, for the first time in a while. I was going to update it. Then I realized, hey, that's a lot of work, and I decided not to. So, I mean, really nothing is coming out of this story. But, yeah, so that's something that happened today. Yeah, because I was looking at it, though. I was looking at the list I have, because I do have a list. Okay, this is doing nothing. Oh, can we just override it? Oh, I guess that works better, doesn't it? There we go. Okay, let's kill these now. So I was looking at the list, and I really think a lot has changed since I last updated the list. Because I believe the last time I updated my favorite game of all time list I have was like back in like maybe May or June sort of like time period. Like I don't really know exactly, but it was like somewhere back there. So it's been like a good few months. We should be using potions. That's something we can, like, just not doing for some reason. Like, I really should. Because obviously potions are, like, no one gives a shit about potions in this game once you have all the health and stuff that we have. But it's harder to regain the health than it is to regain the potions. Because potions, you can craft them, you can find them on bodies. Health you only get through, or the medicine you can only get through actually finding it in the area. Oh my god. Ah, no, I just did it again. Shit. I keep on accidentally doing it just because it's like kind of instinctual at this point. Using the medicine instead of like a potion. Okay, let's use potion. Oh, okay. Yeah, the Frozen Wilds is actually decently tough, like, in terms of how aggressive the AI is and how much damage they do. Again, with the New Game Plus that we're doing right now, like, we had no problems with the main game. Like, I don't even think there was a single time where we even came close to dying. Maybe there was one, but really, I mean, like, there really wasn't really any. But here at the Frozen Wilds, also, we can have a bit more. This thing is really strong. I mean, holy fuck. Okay. Alright. Okay. Anything else I can talk about? Not really, I guess. I mean, yeah, again, like, I've just kind of wasted day today, to be honest, which kind of sucks. Obviously, I don't want to waste the day, but I kind of did. Ah, fuck. Yeah, I was planning also on recording tomorrow morning. Oh, what the fuck? But yeah, I was planning on recording tomorrow morning, but it turns out I am, like before I go to school, I do a class at around, 10:30? Well, whatever, either way, I got class sometime in the morning tomorrow. Not super early, but like, to the point where I probably won't record much on a normal day, but it turns out I'm doing something tomorrow morning anyway, so doesn't really matter. I won't probably won't record. Oh, wait, what the fuck? Why aren't we using the fire arrows? Have we not been using the fire arrows the entire time? Okay, they're not doing much damage anyway, so I guess it doesn't really matter. So that's kind of annoying. I didn't even pay attention. I didn't realize we weren't even using the fire arrows. Yeah, I was like looking at the list of my favorite games of all time, and I do think some things have definitely changed. I mean, like, again, I think my #1 game of all time has changed since I last updated it. I do think The Witcher 3 has become my favorite game of all time at this point. Oh, fuck off. Oh my fucking god. Okay, let's use the last potion. But I also think like some random spots in between them have changed too. It's not just The Witcher 3 and that's it. That's changed. Can we not get any more blaze for some reason? Okay. Huh. Now what? Oh, talk to. Okay. Yeah, like I think like again, the more time we've gone on, I think the less I really
Thanks, I guess.
like. I think The Last of Us is definitely a game that I'm kind of like growing out of love with. I still love The Last of Us. I still think it's one of my favorite games of all time. But it's like I used to have it at #1, and like last time I did the list, I dropped it down to like #5. I think at this point it's like I don't even know if it's in the top 10. But I do love The Last of Us, but again, not.
We want out of these lands.
I don't know. I just don't love it as much as I used to.
Why are you leaving the cut?
Then same thing with like, I mean, last time I did the list, Assassin's Creed Origins was in the top 10. That's definitely not the case anymore. Well, anyway, I think it's like not too dissimilar. I mean, I think it's just switching Origins with probably Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
Had a dispute.
Either Brotherhood, Black Flag. It's really tough with Assassin's Creed with those like the games at the top to like really distinguish which one is my favorite game. I do think it's Brotherhood though, but either way.
So this Thunderjaw heart you brought Berggren.
Let me ask you this, all right?
Like, I do
Why
think
would it
Horizon
matter
Zero
that
Dawn
the
is
heart was
probably
broken
my
in
top
two
10 now. I
pieces?
think last time I did the
Can't
list,
you
it was
just
like
stick
at
it back
15 or
together?
something.
Of course you
I think this
can't
probably
just
moves
stick
up
it
to
back
like number
together. I
10
just
exactly. But
meant-
I
there's
bet
that.
scam
I
artist
got a
Oshman
War at
could.
like
He
11.
just wants to
Like
send
God
us
of War
on another stupid
2018 at
errand.
11 the
Oh,
last
he's
time I
not
updated
so
the list.
bad. I like
Which I think last time I did the list was like after I had played it the first time, but not
Boys,
like before I did the
shut
replay on the channel, but still
Every
after
time
like
someone brings
I
up that
kind
stupid
of
heart.
watched like in a whole bunch of interviews with like the game developers, like Corey
Compared to
Barlog
some,
and whatever else to
a
like
long trip.
fully understand like
worth it.
everything that went into the game. That made me respect it a lot more. But it was still like before I actually replayed it. But then again, I think it still stays at around 11. Like I think it's around there anyway. Like I do think at the end of the day, I do think Horizon Zero Dawn here is higher for me than God of War. Even though I would say God of War is a better game. Like it's a more well-crafted game. It's a fully realized game. I think a lot of the I don't think there's really many mechanics in the game that don't work the way that they're supposed to, unlike here for Horizon, where I think there are a couple things here and there that aren't really that great. But
somebody's got to keep you three.
I just connect more to Horizon,
Fine.
to be honest. That's
I guess you'll
really
have
the
to tag
thing.
along then. But don't
From a
start
narrative
thinking anyone
standpoint,
else.
from even though again,
These
God of War is
snowdrifts
really
aren't
great too.
accepting
So I
new
mean,
hunters.
yeah.
Bloody snow
Again, that's why I like. Because
That's what
recently
you
I was
wanna
thinking about
call
this
our
too, when I
work?
was like watching the deconstructed
It's not like your names are any better.
top 10 games of all time on Watch Mojo,
You.
like a
Headed
week ago now or
northwest
so.
to
And it made me
ruins
really
near
think like,
Hollow
what are the
Hall.
10 best games
be
of all
waiting.
time? Like, what are the 10 games that I would think are the 10 best games of all time? And like, it's really interesting because this is something I never like because they brought up something that I never really thought about, in how the most perfect game ever made is Tetris, and that's something that they talked about a lot in there. And it's like the more you like, I mean, I think really that might actually be the case. Because it's like, while it's a really basic game, it is a really addictive game. It's a game that really hasn't been modified that much since it. I mean, from a gameplay standpoint, it hasn't been updated much since it originally came out, and still really fucking fun. I mean, it's really like, again, I mean, it's not a game that I would say is my favorite. It's not a game that I would say is my favorite game of all time. Even though I don't remember if I have it in my top like 100 or whatever. Anyway, I mean, like, it's not one of my favorite games of all time, but I think like when you do, if I were to like come up with a list of the best games of all time, I think it probably is up there. And again, by best, I think it's, again, best and favorite are completely different things. Favorite are things that connect to me personally, while I think best are more so connecting to the general like community as a whole.
I'll find a use for you.
Ah, fuck. So, like, I mean, again, like God of War. I do think God of War probably is one of the best games ever made. But is it one of my favorites? I mean, like, technically it's up there, but it's not like, I mean, I would have it higher on a best game of all time list than one of my favorite games of all time. Shit. But yeah. I don't know. I was trying to think of, like, what else would be on there. I mean, like, because to be honest, I don't really know. I think like probably some sort of Mario platformer. I don't really know which one. Probably Super Mario World, possibly. I don't know. Is this? Oh, this isn't what we're supposed to be doing. Shit. I just realized, why the fuck am I even doing this? Why didn't I have fast travel? Ah, fuck. That's the closest one. Let's just run, I guess. This might take a while. Seem pretty far apart. I think, like, I mean, it's so strange too. Like, I was thinking about this too. It's like how like different my taste in gaming is now from what it was. I mean, really, to be honest, even probably even like 2 years ago. But I mean, like, definitely from like 8 years ago when I was still doing, when I started my YouTube, my game collection YouTube video. I think it's like really interesting to like compare my views on gaming from then to now, because I feel like it's completely different. Because again, like, nowadays, what I mostly play games for is for kind of a relaxing single-player experience that tells usually tells a decent story. It doesn't need to have a great story, but I mean, like, it's nice if it does. I think most of the games I would say are my favorite games of all time at this point are games that I really do respect the narrative within. I mean, like, there's probably exceptions, but I mean, like, I think most games, that, like, most modern games I would say are my all-time favorites are, definitely narrative-based games. Shit.
Keep that for later.
But, yeah, I just think it's interesting, because back then, I mean, back when I started that channel in 2010, I mean, that was only, what, a year after Demon's Souls came out. I remember I played the shit out of Demon's Souls when that first came out, and, that was, because I started the channel right after I got my Xbox 360, because what happened at the time is that I got Demon's Souls, I played the shit out of it, and my PS3 broke. And because of that, I had to buy, I couldn't afford another PS3, because at the time PS3s were way more expensive than 360s. I believe it was at least $100, it might have even been like $200 more. So I decided, okay, well, I'm broke, I'm going to get a 360, which mind you, my parents bought, by the way. But either way, it was the cheaper one. It was, and my parents weren't willing to buy me a PS3 at the time. I mean, how old was I? I was 15, right? Somewhere around there. Is that right? Whatever. But yeah, I mean, like, at the time, it was like, I was like really into Demon's Souls, and like and it's funny too, because like I never played the Dark Souls series until more recent. I mean, until Dark Souls, I mean, I played 4 years ago or so, I think, but it was like years after the game originally came out, and I just couldn't get into it because like my taste in gaming had just completely changed. It's like I used to enjoy those sort of games, like games that like were difficult. Like I enjoyed the aspect of accomplishing something after failing a billion times. And at this point, I don't. I really fucking don't. I really don't want to do that shit anymore. That's why a lot of the games I play on this channel are typically easier days. Mind you, I'll make an exception. Like I did play Strider, that was a pain in the ass. Assassin's Creed Chronicles games were kind of pains in the ass. But, okay, well, that's not good. What do you mean I can't use my fucking potion? Okay, there we go. Oh, that 5 XP. Is this gonna last? It is not. Okay. Use the potion again. Shit. That was a waste. Ah, fuck. I fucking hate these things. I believe these are like one of the new ones, right? Yeah, it's the, this is the fire one, right? That's the really one. Because again, like, the weapon I use the most is the, flamethrower. Or not flamethrower, the fire arrows, I mean. And, like, obviously, with them being powerful with fire, it kind of useless. Okay, well, we could do that, but first we're gonna override this. Yeah, and I think there's certain games that like I really enjoy now that I would not have enjoyed when I was. I don't know about you three, but I think it's just really interesting. It was just like the fact that like my taste in gaming has just completely changed over the course of the last like 5 years. Really, maybe maybe a little bit more, maybe like 6-7 years really, but okay.
That's another part down.
One more I take it.
Need to pay off Bergrand.
Starting to feel real, you know.
Yeah, like something like The Witcher 3. I don't think I would have liked honestly, 6 years ago or so.
I wasn't sure we'd survive a week without Coney. But here we are.
But now, obviously, I said it's my favorite game of all time, and like I really just don't think. Again, like I wasn't into Western RPGs. I really at the time I don't think there was a single Western RPG that I liked. No. It wasn't until Mass Effect I really started liking Western RPGs a bit more.
She was murdered.
Even then, I mean, like Mass Effect, like I don't like because of the RPG elements. Like there was never like, I actually actively ignored a lot of the RPG elements in Mass Effect until my last probably couple playthroughs of Mass Effect 2 that I did a couple years ago. But yeah, I mean,
what are we to Ty?
I believe Mass Effect.
We are Banuk, aren't we? Survive and prevail.
That Mass Effect was.
That's what
Mass
we
Effect 2 is the first Western RPG I ever finished. It might be. But again, I mean, like Mass Effect 2 and 3, like
Coney
they got
challenged the
rid of a lot of the
chieftain.
RPG elements, or at least they put it in the background where you can still use them if you want to, but you don't have to.
Wrap themselves in furs. If you were willing to fawn over him and sing false songs to him, you might get a spot on the best hunts. The word
Yeah, I mean, like
those willing to lick the
I always tried to play like
and the rest of us
some of those games
waiting
too. Like
for things to
I
get better.
tried playing
Until
Oblivion and
Nicole.
Skyrim at the time. I
She's
just
the
didn't
best
care
and
for
bravest
it.
of us.
I tried playing Knights of the Old Republic, which I just thought was okay. I still want to go back to Knights of the Old Republic though. I still want to play it. It's just never got around to
Challenged
finishing
the
it.
chieftain to a hunting competition.
Um,
Only could damn him. He wasn't nearly the
same
hunter
thing like
Nakoni was.
Fable and
Who comes back to the
Gate
camp after
Empire
the
and all
trial?
of these other games.
Only could.
These
grinning
like
like a
Western
snap
RPGs
ball.
I never really got into. JRPGs I'm
Where's
like I was
little
okay with
Nakoni?
at the time. Like I
We
obviously I
trust
played Final
Nakomi's
Fantasy X a lot as a kid. I played obviously a lot of Pokemon, which obviously is
Their
a
damn
very
necks
basic
snapped.
RPG, but still.
I don't
mean,
want to remember
and,
her
like I
like
played
that.
like games like Blue Dragon and
Sometimes they
Lost
really-
Odyssey was one I really enjoyed, and
I'm sorry to die.
some other
Sounds like she
ones.
meant
But
a lot to you.
um,
To all of you.
is that it?
I'm sorry for what you've been through.
But yeah,
It's nice
I
to
mean
be
like.
heard.
It's just weird how like nowadays, like oh yeah, that's another thing. I used to hate action RPGs, which is the funny thing because that's probably my favorite genre at this point is an action RPG. Like I mean, some of my favorite games from the last few years are action RPGs. I mean, you got Assassin's Creed Origins, you got
Oh, the
Horizon Zero
burning
Dawn, you got The Witcher
turkeys,
3, you got Final
seriously?
Fantasy 15.
It rolls off the tongue.
You got, I
Sorta
mean,
like
even
vomit.
like something like God of War is a
So,
very
where to next?
There's a lake just west. of
is
here.
an action game
Seems
with
like
a
a
lot
good
of
place to
RPG
find a
elements.
snap, my friend. We'll meet you there.
So yeah,
If you beat
it's
us
again
there,
just really
just
interesting.
wait
It's
by
something
the
like something like
campfire.
Tomb Raider
We'll be
too.
along.
Again, a lot of RPG elements there. So it's just really interesting how things have changed. Like I remember, mind you, I guess the difference there is a lot of the action RPGs I had played at the time were Japanese action RPGs. Which I mean, again, like I love Final Fantasy 15, which is a Japanese RPG. But again, like Final Fantasy 15 is definitely very westernized. Like it's very inspired by Western sort of game mechanics, like from like The Witcher and some other shit. Yeah, oh, and Nier Automata is another action RPG. But yeah, I mean, like back then, like I remember playing Dark Cloud, which is a game that like got like a lot of praise back in the day. I mean, mind you, Dark Cloud 2 is always known to be better, but I played Dark Cloud 1, like thinking that, hey, this could be a fun game, and I absolutely hated it. Like I fucking hated that shit. I mean, it's not a bad game, but it's just not for me. And it's like, again, it's just like, I just find it really interesting, just how
No
things
sign
have
of Rhea.
changed. Oh wait, this is the final encounter. Whatever, fuck it. I was gonna go and grab the medicine, but we don't need it.
I was starting to worry about you three. Everything all right?
We took our time. After our last conversation, we had a lot to think about.
I can imagine. Just one more hunt, then your debt is paid and you three can make your way south. Ready?
Huntress, the Sunshine Snowshoes await your signal.
Horrible.
I'm
that
almost
was so
impressed,
funny.
Dulong.
But yeah, also back
Didn't
then,
think
I
you
think
could
also
come
I
up with a
tried to
name
be
worse than
very
burning turkeys.
like I
Well,
tried to find like hidden gems back then. I feel like that was also another thing I would do a lot. Is like I wouldn't play a lot of the major releases. I would usually like try to find hidden gems and play a lot of smaller sort of games. Mind you, I mean a lot of the reason for that too is just for the cheaper ones. That was another thing. But and to be honest, I'm really happy I did do that because I mean through that, like there's a lot of games that at the time you get like a large amount of praise that I really fucking love, and like some of my all-time favorite games have been like Slave Dogs in the West and something like Vanquish, something like. I mean, obviously Bayonetta nowadays is definitely much more popular, but at the time it wasn't as popular, even though it was. But, and like I mean games like Catherine, you know, and like yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about the remake of Catherine. That's coming out like next year, right? Like early next year, I think, if I remember right. That'll be fun too. We'll probably play on the channel. I don't know if I'm picking it up at launch. I'll definitely pick it up at some point. Or how much it comes out at. If it comes out at 30, I think I might pick it up. I don't know. But I probably won't though. I think it'll be at least 40. I would think. Yeah, I mean, like, back then, like, I mean, like, again, like, I just, like, I mean, even back then, like, I didn't play a lot of modern games. That's another thing that's also, that now, obviously, I play mostly modern stuff. Definitely within the last 2 generations, I would say, most of the stuff I play nowadays. But, back then, like, I used to play a lot of, like, N64, so, I mean, like, what, the, what, 4th to 6th, I mean, 4th and, wait, fuck. 5th and 6th generation of games. That's usually why I focus on that then. It's like N64, PS1, PS2, Xbox, GameCube. Again, like the only modern games I would play were like more so like the hidden gems and stuff. Like I wouldn't play like I didn't play like a lot of like obviously Call of Duty 4 things like that. And I did play Assassin's Creed. Mind you, I didn't even play Assassin's Creed until 2009. Until like when I got the 360, which is what, 2009 stuff. I think I got it. Yeah, it was 2009. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't play Assassin's Creed 1 until then, and like I didn't play it until like right after. Was it right after or right before? But either way, it was around time Assassin's Creed 2 came out. And then like months later, again, I was broke. I mean, I was a kid, so I mean, like I didn't have the money to buy Assassin's Creed 2. So I had to wait until my birthday for my parents to buy it for me. Played shit out of Assassin's Creed 2 as well. Then again, like I never bought. Actually, this is the thing that I don't think I bought an Assassin's Creed game at launch for a while, right? Yeah, because I actually, when I think about it, because what, Brotherhood I didn't buy until a few months later when it was on sale for like 35 or something. I don't even, actually I think it wasn't even until like January or something of the year later or something. It was much later. What are we doing now? Kill the machines. What machines are left? Oh, this one too? Yeah, then what, Revelations, I picked up Revelations on Black Friday, I believe, is how I picked that one up. And again, it was around 35 bucks. And same thing with 4, I picked that up on Black Friday. And then, or not 4, 3 I mean. And then 4, I think 4 was the first one I picked up at launch, right? And I know I picked up Rogue at launch. I didn't pick up Unity and Syndicate because I didn't own a modern console at that time. And then obviously I picked up Origins at launch, and I picked up Odyssey at launch now. Yeah, that's again. Yeah, I didn't pick up. I mean, to be honest, I never. I'm trying to think. Like, that might have been like the first games I picked up at launch as well. I mean, like, I usually, like, I never really bought games when they came out until then, really. So probably I don't know, did I buy Assassin's? Now I think about it, I might not have bought Assassin's Creed 4. I did buy Rogue. I remember I bought Rogue, but I might not, which that's kind of sad that my first game I buy at launch is Rogue. But yeah, I mean, and even now, I mean, to be honest, I don't buy games when they come out. Obviously, if I did, I would have bought like Spider-Man and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but I just don't feel like it's really worth it. When they drop to like 35, 40 bucks, then yeah, fine. And Detroit Become Human, that's another one I would have picked up at launch if I cared enough to buy stuff at launch.
Thanks for lending a hand.
And usually I only buy like one game a year, maybe 2. This year so far, actually, it's only 2. Yeah, I guess it's only 2 because Odyssey I'm picking up, and then I bought God of War.
The only thing I would have missed is.
And then last year all I bought was Origins. And technically I bought Horizon Zero Dawn like a couple months after launch. But and same thing with Mass Effect Andromeda. But yeah.
Strange. What is it to be Banuk after Banur forsakes you? How do we decide who we are? How about you, Aloy? Who do you think we are? What will you remember of us?
Whatever.
You lost someone you care about. That leaves a wound. The sort of wound a lot of people don't recover from.
Yeah. We've got nothing but scars to show for it.
That's the point. only survivor scar. After everything you've been through, you keep going.
We're
But I do think
stars
like
of the
something like
North.
when
Stars
again
of the
comparing like
North.
the favorite games though games of all
Sounds pretty tough,
the best
doesn't it?
games of all time. I
Thank
do
you,
think The Witcher
Aloy.
3 is definitely in conversation
good
for that.
name.
I do think like something like Persona 5
Mine will honor.
is still in conversation for the best game of all time. We'll probably end the episode here. I mean after we finish this mission. Oh yeah, we're over 30 minutes. Okay, and I might record one more. Yeah, I think I'll try to record one more. Yeah, obviously, like most games that I would have in my top like 10 games of all time, like those aren't games I would consider the best games of all time. It's just those are games that connected to me more so. Though again, as I said, there are some that I would. I mean, like something like Super Mario 64, I think is definitely up for debate. And something like Super Smash Bros. Melee, I think is up for debate. Pokemon Fire Red is like kind of like, is it? And like something like Uncharted 4 and whatever else. It's like, is it the best game of all time? Probably not. But I really love the fucking game. I think graphically it's still Uncharted 4 is probably Uncharted 4 and God of War I think are the two like most are like the two best looking games I've ever played. There's that.
You take a hot coal in your fist
Okay.
and then hold it
We're
until
almost
you
there.
must plunge it into the snow.
Bergrand, how'd your investment pay out?
Quite handsomely, thanks very much. You know those three crazy Banuk are calling themselves the Scars of the North now? Well, now that I have those parts, I can pay off a debt of my own.
So they've gone south then?
Aye, that they have. I've got a friend in the Sundom by the name of O'Toole. He owes me a favor. Old O'Toole is a machine scavenger, a pretty competent one. So I sent them to learn from the best.
Or at least from the pretty competent.
Well, we work with the resources we have. Speaking of which, here, a token of my gratitude.
What is that? Oh, there we did it. Oh, it's just the thing. Okay. Next episode, we'll go ahead and continue on. But for now, ooh, we're almost at level 58. But yeah, for now, thank you for watching.
If you can